Things were going so well. I was flying with balloons even in the late afternoon, 4 p.m. I was playing hide and seek with cars, going in and out of the mine and kind of surprising them alongside the road. And I just had to do it. Friday the 13th came, and I had to take a flight.
Captain, check the engines. The warp drive, that's a hopeless pile of junk.
And as you see, I had some damage. It was on Friday the 13th. So not too superstitious. This one I could have seen coming. But what it was, I was up visiting family in Oklahoma. And I posted to one of the Oklahoma City paramotor groups and said, hey, I'm in the area, going to be taking a flight. And I asked if anybody happened to be flying in the area needed a tag along. And one of the fellas, Austin, spoke up and invited me out to fly with him and his buddy Jeff. They were headed out to the Chickasha Airport. You see, gotta say, it was really nice to fly from this airport. They had lots of open space. I mean, I guess most airports do, although some of the smaller airports a couple of them I've flown out of in central Oklahoma is pretty limited. You know, you don't have a whole lot of room for a paramotor guy to launch, except for the bit of the ramp and the taxiway. This is huge open areas, lots of grass, couple grass strips. Of course, that means there's probably going to be a little bit more traffic, as you'll see in some of the footage here. We had a helicopter come and go as we were launching, and I think as we landed in between flights, and I landed for good, the helicopter came back in, had another plane come in on approach, and none of us had aviation radio. So that's something that would have been nice at an airport like this. I don't generally think we need them in most of where I fly, but out in this particular instance, it would have been nice to kind of have a little bit of communication with the chopper pilot and maybe that guy that came in and landed his single engine plane. Got the other two guys launched. We got up away from the airport a little bit, followed the river, headed west, and reminds me a lot of the area, my home area around Katy, Houston, West Houston. Lots of farmland, lots of cleared space, some oil field activity, you know, Oklahoma, Texas, kind of the same thing going on there. Lots of opportunities to get down and fly low, although in this particular day, it was pretty cold. I think it was about a 32°F morning on the surface. Although there was a nice inversion, so if I climb up to about 400, 500 feet, temperature warmed up quite a bit. So what I would do is come down and buzz and play in the fields a little bit, and then once my fingertips got really cold, climb back up and let them warm up. Our destination for the day was I don't know, 7-8 miles, maybe 9 miles west of the airport. There was I think the city lake Chickasha, I think it is. I have to check that on the map. Headed there and basically just made it there, and one of the fellas, I think it was Jeff, was running low on gas, so we headed back to the airport. Probably a good thing, because as you saw in the opening, I had on the way back, about 3-4 miles out, I started hearing something that didn't sound quite right. Didn't sound too bad, but it was just a little tick 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 noise, and had me worried something was up that wasn't right. So I'm gonna come in for a landing. You can see Jeff came up a little bit short there, and I think the winds were starting to switch around directionally a little bit. I think it might have caught him off guard, and his landing was fine, just wasn't exactly as he planned. So I'm gonna bring it in here and put the wing down and see what's going on with my motor. All right, well, we got in a nice flight, Chickasha Airport, but I've got a bearing that's gone out in my, I don't know what you call this, main bearing. The circlip is actually, probably can't see right there. It's basically ground down to the circlip. I think my clutch is fine if I make this. Yeah, okay. So I was grounded for the morning, but Austin and Jeff were free to get back up in the air. So here's Austin. He's gonna get set up and get launched for a quick spin. I think Jeff's reducing his in the terminal office, reducing his payload a little bit before he comes back for his second flight. We'll get Austin off. Doing a little foot drag. And here's some of the activity. Here's a helicopter coming in. We had seen him as we had launched earlier that morning, and he had come and gone and looked like he was coming back in as the guys were launching their second time. So Mr. Jeff ready to go? I think what happened here is Jeff and Austin were swapping wings. I think Austin has a 28-meter Charger, Jeff has a 25. So here's Jeff taking off with Austin's 28, quite a bit bigger wing, and obviously probably fly a lot lighter loading, fly a little slower, and climb a little faster.
He said he thought he was on an elevator.
Oh yeah,
it just shot up.
It's quick, a lot big, more than that 25. Huh?
Yeah, it'll get you pretty high pretty quick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna join him too. So
okay.
I'm sure you'll be
Take
gone
care.
by the time we get down. But
yeah,
it's good seeing you.
Good to see you.
I thought I'd get some quick video of Austin launching, and he tried to do a reverse launch. The wind had been plenty for a reverse for a good part of the morning, but as you can see, it had died off, so had to help him reset, take off on a forward launch.
Cravat on your left. It out? Huh?
I got a cravat on that side.
And you couldn't pump it out?
I pumped it and it just wasn't popping.
Huh. Sorry about that. That's probably my fault.
No, that's okay. Things that happen when you come down, right?
There we go. That should be good. No lines over. You got the chopper. He's hovering over there. I say the chopper's sitting there.
Yeah, I think he's kind of watching us. We're gonna head towards the east. So, all right, there we go. Double check this.
You got a plane
Coming in?
Yeah, probably.
All right. I see the plane coming in. I don't see the helicopter.
Helicopter's gone. it looks to me like this shaft, the bearings or whatever, got kind of cockeyed. It's hard to tell on the video, but that is not rotating. Ugh, can't do it. It's not rotating around the center of the axis. It's wobbling. This should rotate freely, and something's in there that's not rotating right. The bearing is shot. Another thing is to pay attention to, this is ground off. See, here's the circlip, I guess, the little keeper clip. It's supposed to be in a groove. Well, all the metal's gone down to where that groove is. Circlip's still sitting there, but a lot of grinding went on there. And so that sitting here with this wobbling or rotating not vertically, allowed the backside of this shiv to make contact with this clutch housing and cut all over the top of outer edge of that. And I think my clutch is okay. Don't hear any touching anything. It's just the outer housing has been ground away a little bit, but I think that's good. But clearly this whole assembly is bad and generated a little bit of heat because I got a prop spacer on here, and first I thought some of the metal came off, but it looks like to me this is actually just melted. The metal aluminum got hot enough, melted its way into this spacer, and so that's just hardened plastic material. So I had my spacer melting while I was flying this last trip, or maybe it was multiple trips. I did notice a little more prop play than usual recently. I should have picked up on it and changed out these bearings, but I didn't do it. But I think what I'll do is I'll change this whole assembly for sure, get a new spacer. Probably ought to get a new housing for that, clutch housing. I think my clutch is okay. I'll probably just leave it. Anyway, that's what's up.